Oh, actually, it's not crusty.
The crinkler. I made a new shape earlier.
You made a new shape?
Yeah. Well, let me remake it.
Is it? You don't still have it?
No, I broke it because I was playing with it more. Hold on.
So it must be a really good shape then.
It's sick.
We all sit in silence as
My
Glenn
God.
makes a shape, and
Help.
it takes him 30
There's an
minutes.
earthquake.
You've made the house before.
Not this house.
Oh, that house has a foundation.
The other house had a floor. The other house had a floor, whereas
Yeah.
the new one has a pit straight to hell.
Terraria house. Terraria house.
Dude, I love
You know
those
what?
images of like the emoji with like the hand out like this.
Yeah. Mhm.
Those are my favorite.
This is episode 10. Who can believe
Stop
it?
brushing your pubes.
Can I do the intro? Can I do the intro with y'all focused up? You're a bitch. You are such a bitch.
Why do you have 2 Adam's apples?
Holy shit. Welcome back to Mountains Don't Like Baseball, episode 10.
So grateful you were.
Well, I do actively manage it all the time. Yeah, it's episode 10.
Oh yeah.
I'm super excited about this because I feel like 10, that's a great anniversary type number.
You would even consider that double digits, I'd say.
It's the first double digits. The 11th episode, technically, because episode 0.
Wow.
I wish I had the energy to make more shorts because the shorts do well and I couldn't be bothered.
It's our editor.
It's tough. It took me
Yeah.
like 4 hours to make the shorts.
Well, especially if you
because they,
subtitle them.
Yeah. Well, when you have 3 people, and obviously I think the best shorts are going to be the ones where we're like energetically
booty.
like arguing and yelling,
Yeah.
So it's going to be
Yeah.
like rapid fire subtitles.
Yeah. Speaking of arguing and yelling, I want to make a callback to a few episodes ago when we discussed Elden Ring v God of War Ragnarok for Game of the Year.
Mm.
Everyone who
legendary
disagreed with me, lick nuts, idiots. For our
Quarter.
audio listeners, I'm going na boo boo at the camera.
Oh, it's a na boo boo.
Na boo boo.
This is exciting.
Big deserved Elden Ring victory. W even. George W even. Lick nuts.
You know what? And I'm also happy. I'm glad that God of War won like the music and the other stuff. I know you disagree on that, but I love that they won like music and story and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but that they didn't win Game of the Year because they didn't deserve Game of the Year.
Well,
But
it's a
the
very
music was
good game, and it deserves to be decorated. And it's like goated music, goated story. I think story should have gone to Elden Ring. Actually, I think it all should have gone to Elden Ring. I'm
That's crazy.
Miyazaki's #1 dick rider.
I think that the story of Elden Ring is okay. I think it's good, but I think God of War, just in general, that one, I think the legacy of it could factor into what's happening now because it's
fair.
like his character arc.
Yeah.
And I've played, I played a little bit of God of War 1, and I've played like the first, I don't know, half of God of War 2. And they're
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, that's actually something my younger brother and my father have done together, which is that they are trying to play through all the God of War games.
Nice.
And so I came in when they were doing the actual final boss of God of War 1.
Yeah.
Which was terrible, by the way. The mechanics of that game are so bad. And then God of War 2 actually rules, which I want to say that it won Game of the Year in the year that it came out.
I have no
Because
idea.
God of War 2 was bussin'. That was a great game.
I've heard
Highly
God of War
recommend.
3 is like one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I've been meaning to do as well. I own like the third one because it was free on PlayStation
Mhm.
Plus for whatever month years ago.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I-
also own the third one.
Yeah,
I
it was
think.
like the remaster version. But
Yeah.
I mean,
You can get 1 and 2 on PS3 because those are both PlayStation 2 games.
Are they PlayStation exclusive? Like, are they not going to be on Steam? Yikes!
Get an emulator.
Much effort though. Square.
Man, I used to have an emulator app on my phone
Yeah.
to play Pokemon.
Mhm.
And it was like anytime I felt like going back to play it, it was always a struggle.
Yeah.
Because Apple hated that app and they were constantly trying to take it down.
That sucks.
Well, you know, it was is emulating games illegal?
It depends. Well,
Who
wasn't
cares?
it
Just do it
Blizzard?
anyway. Like, emulate it, but who cares if you get legal consequences? Fuck it.
It's not about the legal consequences. It's more about like, can the platform to emulate games exist without getting taken down?
I think
because it's illegal.
it can infringe copyright. Maybe I think that might be the problem. Which a lot of like certain companies get their panties in a twist about it. Looking at you, Disney and Blizzard. And Nintendo.
Nintendo
Yeah,
especially.
yeah. Bro, Nintendo will take your YouTube video down for listening to the music that is in the game. Like you're just playing the game.
Yeah.
They're like, you got our music in there. Can't do that.
Shout out to YouTube.
Yeah.
Sorry, the amount of times I've yawned in 2 minutes.
Yeah. That Elden Ring won Game of the Year. God of War
Yay.
was well decorated as well, which is deserved.
Yeah.
And everyone who thought God of War should win, lick my
Yeah,
balls.
fuck that. Genshin Impact.
Yeah,
Whatever the
yeah,
fuck was
fuck
going
that.
on.
Because it was player's choice that was that vote, and Genshin Impact, it was either you get stuff in game for voting or for Genshin Impact winning.
Yeah.
Which,
That's crazy.
bro,
That's bribery.
I hate gacha games. Oh man,
You know what game I love?
what's that,
Boomen.
dude?
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Boomen
say
is my
Switching.
favorite game in history,
Oh, I know.
and you would certainly think we love it, given the fact that we have 100% of the achievements in it. Well,
Remarkably, both of us. Wes, you're familiar with Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
So Glenn and I like these Phasmophobia type games, and it turns out that there's more than other. There's more. Oof. There are other ones that are not Phasmophobia. Glenn recently found one called Boomen. That is like the shittiest version of Phasmo.
it's
Where,
like
you
saying
don't have
Ghost
items.
Guy.
Yeah, but worse.
Yeah.
The whole point is you're burglars and you are stealing from a ghost.
Yeah.
That's what I did in Phasmophobia.
it's-
Except you started as the ghost.
right.
Yeah, so like you break into this home and steal stuff from a list. And
Mhm.
there's no one living in that home. So we can only be led to believe that it's the ghost.
Right.
The ghost's house.
The ghost, like the differences in the ghosts is kind of fun. I like that.
Mhm.
The environment looks great. It's like an Unreal, Engine environment. Looks great. The problem is that the mechanics of the game are frequently poor.
And every
Namely-
aspect of the game is awful.
So there's two. We only played one map because there was no point in learning new maps because the game sucked so hard that we didn't want to actually play it. We just wanted to.
We just
100%
wanted
get
all the achievements.
And so there's two rooms that are locked: the garage and the office. And those locked doors require keys. And the keys of those doors have like a dozen different spawns throughout the house for each one. Well, one of the spawn locations for either key is in the locked office. So if the office key spawns in the office, rip run. You just can't win because there will be items in there and the key in there, and you're not allowed to leave early.
Yeah,
It's a busted ass, shitty ass game.
that's
I
what
really
I'm
enjoyed playing
saying,
it.
dog. Shout out to Phasmophobia being a better version, and shout out to Forewarned being a better version than either, aka Egyptian Phasmophobia.
Yes.
Breaking into
If
the crypt,
anybody-
stealing stuff from the ghost.
Oh, dude, it's so cool.
Mhm.
I love like the Egyptian theme of stuff is very cool.
Yeah.
Egyptian lore and
They call it lore. Bro,
that's lore is a proper word.
Instead of history, just be like, bro,
lore.
the Egyptian mythos and history is now just Egypt lore.
That's a fine thing to say.
New lore just
right?
dropped.
Yeah, new lore just dropped. Cairo is destroying the pyramids.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a great game.
Yeah.
Play
This is
Forewarned,
fucking-
not Boomin.
Yeah, for everyone in history that's been like really, really considering buying Boomin, they're like, "Ooh, this game looks pretty cool." Definitely didn't have to delve into the depths of Steam to find it.
Right, right.
The-
Wes, what do you mean when you say core culture? Like,
Oh, like
music?
cottagecore?
What?
Cottagecore is the only core I'll accept because cottagecore is actually cute. I'm sick of these like fucking airsoft larpers on like that'll occasionally pop up on my For You page and they'll be like, "I love warcore."
Okay, yeah,
What?
that's stupid.
What the fuck are you
Fucking
talking
warcore?
about? Warcore?
Do you just have
So, like-
bloodlust?
Yeah, bloodlust and like, oh yeah, no friends because they all got blown up by an IED. You know, as the drone is blowing up some poor brown person's home, and you know, like just bullets whizzing all around. The torments and horrors of war that people come back with, and they're not really able to go back into society because they're tweaking out because they think somebody hammering something on the street is like fucking bombs dropping around. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
The
people?
word
Warcore?
pillaging is
Why
out the
fuck
window.
would you romanticize something like that?
Yeah.
Are you fucking stupid? You're romanticizing something, the truest, most horrible thing humans beings can do to each other, and you're romanticizing it, calling it warcore because you think it looks cool because you've seen pictures of people with their fucking eyes redacted and they're all standing around a bunch of corpses with gold AKs from the people they killed. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Professor, I have a question.
What's your fucking question?
Don't you like Call of Duty?
I do like Call of Duty, but Call of
It's
Duty
pretty
doesn't wanna make
warcore of
me-
you.
Is that not the same thing?
It's
It's not like it's not romanticizing it. It's just I guess it
Yeah.
can be romanticized in
Well,
that
there was
way.
also that article that leaked. The Department of Defense definitely like spoke with Activision and told them what they could and couldn't have.
Oh yeah,
in their
definitely
game.
American
Oh, yeah,
military
yeah, yeah.
propaganda.
But yeah, I can play Call of Duty and not want to go fucking enlist. Like, you know what I mean?
I think
The main reason I want to play Call of Duty is just so I can shit talk people online. That's the only reason I want to play Call of Duty because it's such a fucking toxic cesspool of fun.
playing Call of Duty and playing Airsoft and like getting like really into either is exactly the same.
Okay, well, I would say I wouldn't say Call of Duty. I'd say something like Arma, where the people are like, Overlord, this is Beetlejuice Actual. We need permission to engage.
You're actually
the
quoting
targets."
Modern Warfare. Do you know that?
No, the people who play Arma talk like that.
Consider this. It's okay to play Airsoft and it's okay to play Call of Duty. However,
Yes.
it can be taken too far. And
Yes,
that is what
absolutely.
we're calling warcore.
Well, yeah, just say that's your fucking hobby. Don't call it warcore.
Yeah, warcore is awful. It's like that. Oh my god, have you guys seen the shit about like that one like group of individuals in Red Dead 2 that like RP?
No, yes.
I don't remember their name.
Damn, I can't remember them either.
But it's like
I know
a
exactly
lot
what you're
of
talking about.
military servicemen that just love bootlicking that just go and like they will have the job of standing guard in Red Dead. So they'll stand in front of
Yeah.
a house for like a shift in Red Dead 2.
That's like those people who play GTA RP like it's their fucking job.
Yeah, it's that, but to the absolute maximum. It's like
There's also
we are
people
the
in Red
most
Dead Online.
organized company in the game's history.
I found exactly the thing you're talking about. I just need to.
Well, there's also those people in Red Dead Online who literally like walk around in the KKK get up.
I love seeing videos of people like who just
who
go
are actually good at the video game and shit on them every
Yeah,
time.
they're just like
fucking
they see
funny.
someone in that attire and they're like, "You're dead now, buddy," and they just hunt them. My favorite. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the group though, but man, crazy that
Actually-
people like bootlicking enough to do it both IRL and in game.
The Reaper Lords.
Ew, yeah, that's right. the
The Reaper Lords. that's what
Reaper
they were.
Lords.
Yeah.
The Reaper Lords. Me and the Reaper
Those guys,
Lords.
if there was, the definition of tryhard in the dictionary is before them.
Yeah,
They are so insane and so intense. It's like actually disgusting.
yeah. But it's like it's also like not just anyone can join the Reaper Lords. Like you have to apply, and it's like isn't it like 1 in 100 people
Yeah.
get in?
What
Dude.
the 100
Yeah.
people want to get in
Yeah.
at all?
Yeah, prove it.
Well, and so onboarding process
Oh
is
yeah, where you have
so
to.
stupid because it's just a dude or like a handful of guys who are essentially frat boys acting like drill sergeants on a fucking power trip in a video game
Yeah.
and like yelling at people and saying like do this, do that, and why do you think you deserve to be here and all that, and it's like it is so cringe.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of that meme where it's like, it's like this really shitty drawn image of a party, and there's like the one dude alone in the corner, and it's like they don't know I'm the what's it called?
Yeah, yeah.
Rewards,
Right.
our person or whatever the fuck.
They don't know I'm having a tummy ache, but I'm being really brave about it.
So fucking dumb. If you take anything to that extreme, get a grip.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Oh man. Yeah, I watched.
Fucking like be about it. There's this album that I recently learned, it was brought to my attention, and it's called Y'all Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack. So
That reminds me of something.
If you're gonna be about it, be about it. Don't do it on the internet. Just go do it in real life and then face consequences.
Don't or don't. So anyway, what were you
It's
saying,
how that
Cameron?
shit-
So last week after recording the podcast,
You went on to
after reading
Reaper
stuff.
Lords and
that's right, I'm a Reaper Lord.
You are
It
the
took
Reaper
a long
Lord.
time. It was tough. I had to do stuff I can't talk about on the podcast.
like the hell Angel had to shit in your pants and wear them for a week.
He sucked virtual
Is that
dick.
real? Do you have to do that?
I don't know, I was just talking.
The leader took him into
Did it
VR
say that
chat.
you have to do that?
I've heard that, yes.
Wow. I'll assume it's true.
Okay.
Gross.
It's true.
No. After the podcast, we hopped back on our collaborative drawing website and we drew. Dude, so Wes and my drawings are scuffed. Namely, because neither one of us are particularly good artists.
Well, okay.
I'm
You
I'm
are
o-
good.
I'm okay, but I'm not like the
You could do it. You could do a little Timmy.
when we saw the people who were also drawing, they were better than me.
Yeah, so the way we use this website called Drawsome, and the way it works is that everybody who's in like a public open room or whatever, you can see like, so you have your screen of like your canvas, and then you can see in like the top right corner, like there's a box, and then there's a chat box, and in this box above the chat box there is a like, it's like a featured thing, and it'll just show you what's on somebody else's screen who's also drawing. And half the time it's people drawing like really good like characters or scenes or whatever. So we'll always be like, damn, this person's drawing pretty lady or whatever.
Right.
So are we gonna get into it?
And so usually what we do is whenever we want to like really say like somebody rules,
Yeah.
we'll draw on our canvas like, X person is awesome at drawing or whatever. And then whenever it gets featured, then they'll see it in the top right corner next to our shitty art. It'll say you rule.
Yeah.
And so there was this guy. I see no reason to not say his username because who cares?
Yeah.
It was it was what was it exactly? Hold on.
Jim from Korea.
Jim from Korea.
Love Jim. Korea.
Dude, we do love Jim from
Dude,
Korea.
Jim from like Korea is he was just drawing the most like, because okay, it was similar to us. We just draw like cartoony shit that we think is funny, and that's what Jim was just doing. And then we were just like, we wrote like Jim the Korea fucking rules or something. Yeah, it was featured, and we're sitting and drawing for a little bit. And then Cameron, I just hear Cameron go, "Oh shit, Jim is here."
Well, because he sent us like friend requests, and we
Yeah.
were like, "Pfft, why not?" We were in a friend session, so as soon as he was friends with the both of us, he showed up in our
Oh shit.
canvas and he started drawing. And his drawings were like, it would be like a giant nose with like two big eyes and like muscular legs. It's like absolutely the kind of art that we love. And so then we just started drawing like mad with this dude, and he can like whip up stuff fast. Like Wes and I we would pick an idea and we would start working on it, but it would take us a while to do it. And while we were working on that, he would like notice us doing that, and then he would draw something else right next to it that's like interacting with it in some way. And so then we had this crazy like elaborate art piece. And at the same, like we were doing a, I wouldn't really call it a challenge, but we were doing a thing where like we started really zoomed in and we drew a bunch of stuff, and then we zoomed out and then we drew more stuff and then zoomed out, and we kept doing that until we were at the maximum zoomed out size. And once we got to the maximum zoomed out size, it was like a wild collaboration of all this different stuff.
Can you show Glenn, like send it in the.
Yeah, I will put it on the screen, and this isn't a lie like I frequently do, because we now have proper channels through which I can make this happen.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and so we were just drawing. So like you'd be zoomed in because it's so broad, and you'd find some real estate to draw. You draw whatever you wanted, and then you would just like zoom out, and there'd be so much more happening than you thought. And like so we actually started collaborating with Jim, because Jim drew this fucking picture of Obama with 3 eyes, and then a speech bubble, and he said, "Make Obama say something funny." And it's also really funny. It's like next to Obama's head. Cameron wrote, "Is this Obama?" And then Jim just wrote, "Yeah, Lamar."
Yeah, well, because he was like a third of the way through it, but it was just so distinctive. And not
it
like
wasn't even a third of the way through it. It was like less, and it was just like the chin of Obama. And then
Yeah.
Cameron was like, "Is this Obama?"
And I have to say, it was tasteful. Like I feel like a lot of times people could like lean in some kind of terrible kind of way. It was good. I mean, it just looked like Obama. It was this guy was actually crazy at art.
Jim definitely did not draw some appropriate things, though.
He
was
also
horny.
drew things that weren't appropriate. That's definitely true. But that's okay in the context of private art. You can do that. Can't show it, all the stuff that he put, but roughly we could show some of the stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so it was just fun.
Super
It
cool.
was yeah. Shout out to Jim from Korea. And we already said go do that, go do art, go use Drawsome. Do that. Go use Drawsome, pick a public lobby, find somebody who just wants to draw and draw some stuff.
This doesn't mean go in and defile somebody's art who's actually
No.
this,
right.
If you see somebody just fucking around, get permission.
Yeah.
Because I think some random motherfucker, Hawkmoon 2005, also sent me a friend request like 3 months ago. Yeah, I ignored it though.
Yeah, I think it
Hawkmoon
was
is no Jim.
Yeah, Jim from Korea just had one of those usernames that you're like, this is somebody you can't trust, which means I do want to friend them.
I just wanted to see what the fuck, because like his art was like, he had a very specific style, and it was like fun and engaging. So we were like, why not?
Yeah.
Dude, I love little random things like that, that you just collaborate with people you don't know, and then you'll just never see them again. Like, speaking of Hawkmoon, in Destiny 1, there would be those random times in the tower. For those who are unaware, the tower is a like social space in a video game where it's like a bunch of just random people will be in there. It's just a hub.
Well, it's like where you get your quests and shit.
Yeah, it's just a hub area.
Because I hate like the social space. It sounds like sounds like VR chat and.
Thanks. It's a hub. And so there would be like random events, or there'd be random periods where we would just like start like a conga line, crouch walking around the tower, and we'd just have increasing numbers of people joining in. Or we would go and like sit in a circle around some random guy. And I love little things like that.
Story time with Master Rahul.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Dude, speaking of Destiny 1, you know what I remembered? I don't know if either of you were present, but I was playing Trials with Nelson and Z-Beast.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember Z-Beast getting like a 3-piece, and he just leans into his microphone. He goes, "Lick my bung, you dirty whores. Bung, 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 bung."
Oh man, that is certainly the humor
That does sound like
that was present at that time.
Dude, and at the time too, that would kill.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it did. I still think that shit is funny. You guys are weird for not laughing.
66%. I think that makes you weird, buddy.
I'll say our humor has changed. Not for the better.
Just
It's
for the
just
different. It used to be, haha, funny word. Let's say it forever. Like, we would, for some reason, dank. And we'll move on from that word. And like things like Mario Kart were changed to Marocrat, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's so stupid, but we thought it was amusing, and so we beat it until it was dead, and then kept beating it until it would just remain in the afterlife forevermore. Like,
Dude, Yeah, the greatest example of that, and this I think was about when I was starting to pivot out of this. The last, the last
Of the
like
Mohicans.
switch the
Word
first letter of
association.
2 words joke I made was I was in a group of, I don't think it was y'all. I think it was like Caleb and them, but I dropped a Pario Marty, and they lost their minds, and I was sitting there like, man, that wasn't funny. I gotta switch this up.
The beginning of a new arc.
Yeah,
That was a
Like-
pivotal day in his life.
dude,
Well, it's-
like an opera singer sitting there getting like a standing ovation. Like, I just really like EDM.
I like hip hop.
Yeah.
I fucking
Yeah.
EDM. Change from the opera house to a rave house.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. If I go to go to see an opera,
Mhm.
and then she's like, Figaro or whatever, and then she just starts. Like I
That's
would
like
lose
the
my
bass
fucking
drop.
mind. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
Amalgamation, just like a YouTube, one of those YouTube mashups of all the top pop songs.
Yeah.
That'd fucking
Oh,
rule.
Dude, I used to love those. There was it was Pop Danthology.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember those?
2012 was
Yeah,
the best, and the
dude.
rest of them were
2012
okay.
was solid. That was a
Nelson makes to this day.
damn.
I remember when we were first friends, he was like, "Tell me what you think of this," and he sent me a fucking some bum ass link, and it was literally Childish Gambino Redbone with Panic at the Disco,
What?
and it fucking ruled. I was like,
Damn.
"This is awesome! What the fuck?"
I would never in history put those two songs together. Or well, two sounds
Dude,
together.
I have
Yeah.
the I spent so much time trying to. It is.
Oh,
Someone who knows No, not that. That is a work of art. But no.
So for some
I see.
backstory on why I just started making sounds,
We talked about that.
we did talk about it?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
because he played it on the.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
well, you did, I think, actually.
Oh,
because you're the one
oops.
that has access to those things. Group historian.
That's true.
My song 9. Do I have it on my? I don't know if I have it.
It would actually be really funny if Glenn was the only one who did have it. That's not it.
That's a
That's-
guitar.
Thank you. Are we looking for it right now?
Is that
Are-
Home Depot?
No, that's.
Home Depot.
You're gonna get copyright struck.
From 3 notes.
Yeah! Stop playing Arctic Monkeys music. Stop it!
Wait, that's the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah. It's
I thought it was Home Depot.
what is the name of the song? Why can't I remember it?
Do I want to know?
There it is. Yeah.
That is not. No, this is. Is this Do I Want to Know?
Yes, it
No.
is.
Oops. Oh, hold on.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah,
This is just
pivot
such a
back to us talking
weird
to each
tangent.
other.
Jesus Christ. So, Wes, tell us about pest control.
Wes.
Wes, Jesus Christ.
Wes.
I'm sorry. It's fun.
Put it up, child.
Tell us about
Yeah,
pest
my
control.
apartment's still fucked up from pest control because I, fucking work all the time. So is my fucking girlfriend. So basically, with pest control, you live in an apartment. I don't know, Glenn, if you've ever had to do this. I think you had a roach problem at your old apartment, or it might have been this one.
It was
But
this
you-
one, and what happened was I was like, yo, I have a roach problem. They went, okay, we'll come and spray him. Done.
So wait, shit pisses me the fuck off because I had to take everything out of every cabinet in my fucking apartment.
With,
Every
like,
cabinet, every closet.
what kind of pests do you got?
Dude, I don't even have pests. The
You
only
look like you
problem is
might not. You're fucking
bi-weekly,
tweaking.
bi-weekly, there will be a little baby roach that emerges from somewhere, and then I fucking step on it and krill it, and then I don't see another thing until 2 to 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
Because it's not my apartment that's the problem, because I clean up after myself.
Wes is like, I don't have
Only
pests.
I really don't. God damn.
Well, if
So
you
have to
do,
take-
you're not like infested. But
well,
like,
if I do,
if somebody-
it's not my fault because I
right, but you should still get it sprayed in that way.
Well,
They're
yeah.
generally not coming to you.
I did get it sprayed. So, but no joke, every cabinet, drawer, and closet, you have to take everything out of.
Yeah, that's insane. Is
Yeah,
there like
that's-
an apartment next to you that's wicked infested or something? Because that's like,
That's not a usual occurrence.
yeah, because like when they came and sprayed for roaches, like it happened while I was gone. It's just like they must have just sprayed like around the outside of my walls or something.
Usually it's like that.
Yeah.
Like they do like the perimeter of the building, and then they'll do like your baseboards.
Yeah. When it's like mine, like I did have a roach problem for a bit, but it wasn't. It was the person living next to me. I guess it just
Right.
didn't clean up or
Or
something.
nasty as fuck.
Yeah. So like I don't have
yeah.
a problem now, but like what? Maybe you have like okay. So a coworker of mine had like an infestation of I think it was German roaches, which
What?
yeah, it's a thing, and they're like supposedly really insanely hard to get rid of, like worse than normal cockroaches. And so like she had to essentially move into a hotel for a few days, like get all of her shit out.
That's fucked.
Yeah, so it might just be like a more severe infestation. But yeah, that's booty hole. That sucks.
That literally just fucking pisses me off so much because like, how long I still haven't finished putting everything up.
Well, I mean, yeah, you like turned your apartment upside down and shook it. Like,
Dead ass. For some fucking dude to come in, spray for literally less than a minute and leave. All that work. I was so fucking mad.
there was
I
something
still
about
am
the
fucking mad.
there was something about the way you phrased and delivered that sentence that was so funny to me. I'm sorry. That
He
sucks.
is mad.
That sucks. I would also be
literally-
cross.
So, So we literally moved all of our food out of so my pantry is literally like these cabinets above the sink. I have a 500 square foot apartment. We don't have a lot of food in here all the time, obviously. So we put the fucking bread and all that shit onto the couch. Because we're like, oh, you know, our cat doesn't eat human food. Right. This motherfucker. We buy the Texas giant Sunbeam loaf of bread. It's fucking huge. It lasts perfectly long enough. I make sandwiches to take to lunch. And this motherfucker Buster chewed a hole in the bread bag and ate the corners of like 5 slices of bread.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That's on you, buddy. That
It is
sucks.
on me. He literally mangled the fucking bag.
Man grabbed the bag, the bread, and went. I don't think we've discussed it, but Buster's polydactyl and got the giant fucking grippers. Got the tums.
He ate my bread.
I'm sorry, you looked so distraught.
Because I was like, okay, so first thing I did, because I closed all the cabinets after the dude sprayed, because it fucking stunk. And also, if Buster gets in there, he'll literally like...
Right. Yeah. Thank you for the
Die.
reenactment.
Right? So I was like, yeah, I better just shut them all. So I like, literally, I'm like, time to make myself my lunch. And oh shit, there's nothing in it. So I go over to the couch, and I'm just looking at bread that has been devoured. And I was just like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
So I had to throw away a bunch of bread. And then I had to, because there was a hole in the bread. So he literally ate it right in the middle of the loaf, too. So that's
What a little asshole.
So we had to, like, move bread into Ziploc bags. And it was just like, so, you know, I'm just going to start feeding him bread now, since he wants to eat it so damn bad.
I feel like cats on bread isn't like the least common thing. I've seen some cats go
used to eat
feral.
mac and cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, cats will
But-
just eat anything.
Cats like carbs.
Yeah.
But so
Relatable.
it's actually really funny because one time I had a really long day at work and my girlfriend wanted to like be nice, so she made like Alfredo and she had homemade bread that she made as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she had like a little picnic set up on the floor with like a movie about to like ready to start.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there watching the movie, we're eating food, and we have the bread, the loaf. It's a pretty big loaf of bread, fridge sourdough, on the cutting board. This motherfucker Buster. This was like when she like first moved in. This motherfucker Buster, no joke, just like bit the fucking bread and started running off with it.
Damn, dude. You got a little asshole you're living with.
It's actually really cute. He's so like he's sweet twice a day. He's sweet at night and in the morning. Because in the morning, I sleep on my side, and then I wake up and I roll onto my back and I get on my phone to wake up. Like, I literally get on Twitter because the blue light will help me wake up. And Buster will literally just insert himself on my chest. And then, okay, so I actually found out something out cool. Because, he'll start, like, making biscuits, and he'll start... Some cats just, like, sit there and they're like, Buster? No. He likes to, like, bite onto something, and then, like, suckle. And drool. And I found out that a lot of cats do that because they were separated from their mother when they were too young.
Oh.
Like, they didn't have time to, like, leave the nest on their own or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he does that, and of course, like, he's like, his big fucking paws with his big claws go through the blanket, and they just fucking pierce my skin. But he's being sweet, and he misses his mama, so I let him do it. And he's really cute, and, like, whenever Piper comes home and I'm not home, she'll, like, sit on the couch and put something on the TV, and he will literally, like, crawl onto her chest and her lap and just sit there, start purring, and do it. And then, like, if I do that, I'll pick him up, put him on my lap, and I'll pet him a little bit, then he'll just fucking bite me. So what the fuck?
Dude,
I did not get the gene that the rest of the world got, where they think that cats are cute.
Do you think they're ugly?
I don't think that they're ugly. I don't think their looks excuse their behavior. I think cats are generally
so stern.
I think that cats just are mean all the time. And then, like, they're nice once, and people are like, oh.
I don't know. I appreciate the asshole nature of it because, like, I'm also kind of a dick. And so it's, like, kind of like,
Well, cats are a lot like people. Because, like, if you're, like, bothering them and, like, petting them, they get overstimulated. And then they'll, bite you and go be by themselves, and they'll come back and be sweet.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I like dogs.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
Yeah,
dogs, dogs. Yeah, we can't ever. There can only be one. Dogs suck. Cats rule. Cats for life.
So anyway, talking about, like, the suckling reminded me of my favorite account on TikTok. There's this cat. His name is Hank. And I fucking adore Hank. He has, like, a million health problems. So he has no teeth, none at all. His ears are like kind of messed up. They're like pulled back almost. So they're like very flat on his head. And he's like these giant whiskers, and he's always like damp for some reason. Like he has like a fur condition as well. So he's just like a soggy, moist little man. And bro, I fucking love him. He'll like a lot of the videos are like he likes putting his mouth on like his owners. And what the fuck is that?
It's a cat.
It's a bat.
That's what every cat looks like to me.
Anyway, so Hank is just this disgruntled old little man, and I fucking adore him. He's so scrunkly and crunchy looking. I fucking love it. Anyway, that was my monologue about
Sorry,
Hank,
I'm trying
my
to
favorite
find
boy.
this fucking... I have a favorite, cat that I don't have, because obviously my favorite cat is Buster. Buster Butley Brown the Third, the blues man himself. But there's this fucking cat on Instagram that's got like that disease where it has no neck. So it's I've got to find it because it's so like, when something's like something's like ugly and cute at the same time.
I have to prove I have a neck real quick.
Dude.
Or you got the condition. You're still not proving you have a neck.
Dude, like, look.
Whoa, that is the Tasmanian devil from Looney Tunes. That is a creature. That is a eldritch horror.
But like, it's so cute. He's so fucking cute.
That is gonna haunt my dreams, bro.
Dude, what is my... Do you see that, like, blinking?
That reflection on my forehead.
Dude, look how agile the kitty is. Look at him go. Yeah, dude. I fucking love.
For the audio listeners, we're listening to.
Yeah, if you want to look, go to gato.elho on Instagram. Spelled GATO.ELHO. Thank you, Gato Elho, for sponsoring this podcast.
that moment when the phone cut out and revealed Glenn. It's like
Dude,
that,
it's
like
like
that guy that's like videoing his TV or whatever. It plays on like Dance Dance Revolution or something, and then it blacks out, and it's just like this dude is like completely
naked.
He goes, "Ah, shit."
Oh shit! You just say me. Or it's like that video that.
Whoops.
So I have a new obsession, and I'd like to discuss it. I have independently discussed this with both of you, but I'd like to tell the millions that follow us about it.
My
I
obsessions are dangerous.
am a little freak for fidget toys.
Oh my god! When did this happen? I never knew.
So anyway, I bought a friend of mine at work gave me one. I was like, ooh, this is nice. This is fun. This is cool. And so I was just sitting here playing with it. That's what I was showing shapes of in previous episodes. And then I lost it. And so I was like, shit, this sucks. I was like, shit, this sucks. And so I ordered a pack of like 50. It was like $10 on Amazon. And I was like, what are you what is that?
It's a little rat.
It's a coonskin cat. Looks like.
It has a bigger brother. Sorry, keep going.
You are the king of showing the camera things.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
monkey.
Yeah, we saw Monkey.
Anyway, so I got this pack. And it has all this cool shit. Audio listeners, I'm sorry. It's there's
Well, just make them make a sound whenever.
okay, here. There's this cool pipe thing. It's longer. It's like, okay, for our audio listeners, it's like a bendy straw, like the bend part, but it's like the whole thing. And it makes a cool sound when I swing it around. That might be unlistenable. It did record, but it might be awful to listen to. If it
I
is,
don't think so.
cool. Enjoy this sound forever. Crunching it back up. Yeah, so it's like I have a bunch of little things on my desk that I play with, like little like fidget spinners. I have this cute elephant squishy boy. Yeah, so I'm a little freak for this. And then of course the actual evening that this package of fidget toys come in, I find the original one. It was hiding in my bed. I guess my little baby brain had brought it to bed and was playing with it. Anyway, yeah, so that's my new obsession. And on a similar vein,
Your little binky.
Yeah, my little
You can't go
binky.
to bed without your binky.
you're an asshole, you know that? So anyway, I saw a tweet on a similar vein. It was like, am I really depressed or does my enclosure not have enough enrichment? I was like, damn, me with my like 10 fidget toys on my desk. Yeah, that's my new obsession.
And this isn't like the dog on you or none, but I've never understood the enjoyment of fidget toys. Like, I don't like fidgeting with stuff. Not really.
Okay, well, let me describe to you why. It's because you get your fucking monkey toes a gripping at each other. I actually really wanted to bring this up. Like 2 nights ago, we were playing games, and like we had taken a break or something. I came back and I joined the Discord call, and Cameron still has his camera on, and I see that MF so for our audio listeners, his bed is partially in view of his camera, and he had been laying on his bed, and you could only see like his calves downward, and I just see this dude like flexing his toes and rubbing them against each other like the fucking house flies rubbing their hands, but he's like gripping them and stuff. And so, he's just like flexing them and gripping them against each other. And then he saw me a few seconds later, was like, "Oh, hey." So that's Cameron's stim activity.
You know,
I do that almost at every waking moment. Like, I'm not using my feet, right? But it's like this. 'Cause, like, I really just like the feeling of my toes rubbing against each other. And when they're not doing it, it's like I can feel them. It's like I can feel all my toes all at once, and it's like, move them.
So we really all are on the spectrum, what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I suppose all of my energy is funneled into playing with my toes, I don't have to do stuff with my hands.
It could also be like OCD. Like, it's an obsessive compulsion. Not to diagnose you or anything.
While we were sitting here, I've got my slides for my Switch, and they were kind of in disarray, and I arranged them on my shelf to look like this.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Maybe.
I don't, like, this is not, like, dogging on you in any way, but it's, like, a larger theme. Like, on the internet, people will, like, diagnosing yourself is not what I'm talking about, but it's like people that
I do not have OCD.
people
I have.
people saying like, "Oh, I just straightened this. I'm so OCD." And it's like just like grossly summarizing it in such a way that it diminishes the actual thing.
It shouldn't be OCD. It should be CDO. So they're in alphabetical order. Ha! I'm not like everybody else.
I don't have OCD.
I will throw up. Right
I was
like
not
to
in
arrange
any way
things.
talking about you, Cameron.
No, but it's true though. I definitely don't have it.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at my desk. There's 19 things on it, and they're all in disarray except the one thing I fixed.
Yeah.
I don't have OCD.
Well, like OCD isn't just about like having stuff clean. Like
Yeah.
that's the gross summary that I'm talking about.
Okay, but there's also the larger mannerisms that exist that I exhibit none of.
Yeah.
I don't have to flip a light switch, half a dozen times when I enter a room, like stuff like that. There are things like that exist, and I exhibit none of those things.
Yeah.
And so I don't have the obsessive version of it. I am just often compelled to arrange things in a certain way because I find it satisfying. It is not a disorder. I do not have OCD, and I would not grossly summarize all of OCD into one.
I know you
diagnosis that I
wouldn't.
have. No, I'm not saying it for you.
Okay.
I'm saying it for
Cool.
for the lot of
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
else. I also used to think that maybe I was like bipolar. No, I'm not. People get happy. People get sad. You're not bipolar.
Well,
Some people are. I'm not.
yeah. I need to go to like a proper like shrink, and I really need to get like a diagnosis.
Yeah.
Or diagnose. Because something's definitely not right in my brain.
No, I feel that.
But-
The problem is that they're so similar. Like they
Yeah,
have,
well, I think that the ADHD medication I took fucked up my brain
Yeah,
when I
very
was a
possible
kid.
because it's like treatment of ADHD has like changed dramatically in the last 15 years.
But yeah, it turns out like a lot of people just have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not special.
Right.
You're a tweaker like the rest of the human
Well, and the
beings
problem
on Earth.
too with like medication and stuff is that it's hard to. It's literally just slapping stuff against a wall and seeing what sticks. Because
Yeah, that's
the
fucked up.
difference between OCD and ADHD and depression and bipolar disorder, like that, like group of various mental illnesses, they're all so similar in how they are expressed and like what they look like, and it's also different based on the person. And then also, say you're just like, I am bipolar. Period! Exclamation point. That is what it is. There's still a million different medications you could take that might work. So it's just like it's a bunch of guesswork, and it sucks, and it makes it hard to diagnose.
Yeah.
Lynn just sent me a video of him in the shower. Do you guys want to see it?
Is that what? Oh.
Sorry, guys.
For our audio listeners, Wes just showed up
It's
a rat soaking in the suds in the shower.
Yeah, so
Unbelievable.
I've like it's gonna sound fucking dumb, and you guys might make fun of. Well, you probably will make fun of me, but I definitely prefer to do like they're not cures, they're not necessarily treatments, they're just things that help me. Like going outside, getting natural sunlight, doing meditation, exercise, stuff like that.
Here's why I won't make fun of you.
Very tangible
that-
things that aren't medication. Go ahead.
That's stuff that every human should do, regardless of any mental conditions you do or do not have.
Yeah.
Go outside, experience sunlight,
Touch
exercise,
grass.
Yeah.
eat right. Like that.
Well-
Everyone should just do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like zoom in and talk about depression. Like anyone can experience depression, and for some people, it's like just doing those things will solve that. Whereas some people will have like chronic depression or like long term or
Well-
whatever, and it's like that could help, but it wouldn't like solve the issue.
I wouldn't say solve is the right word. I think aid and help is much better because you
Manage,
can't
I think, is
Yeah,
usually
that,
Yeah.
yeah, that,
Mitigate.
that is better. Yeah.
because like obviously depression is not something that ever really goes away. You just learn how to deal with it better. Like you don't grow out of it really.
Well, even that gets an asterisk because sometimes your depression is
yeah.
like it can be inherent. Sometimes it's just caused by your environment.
Right. But yeah, fucking don't jump to pills and don't read a fucking WebMD article and be like, yeah, I've got this.
Yeah,
Don't
and
do
definitely
that.
don't like. Not that you could really get. I guess that's a lie. You could get access to medication without a psychiatrist, but talk to them for a bit first and come to a consensus.
Also, if you're depressed, don't self-medicate with marijuana or alcohol.
True.
Yeah.
Reason? No, so and I did that. I'm speaking from experience. I used to be a big fucking basically a drug addict, not on anything hard, but people like marijuana isn't addictive. It is. Your brain will become addicted to anything that you get a dopamine hit from, and smoking weed is literally dopamine with a price tag on it. And you're probably like, wow, that sounds great. But in the long run, trust me, it's not good for you. Because when you wake up and the only thing you think about, not even eating, not about, going to your job, the only thing you want to do is smoke, that's a problem. When you're at your job and you're like, I have 2 hours, 43 minutes, and 53 seconds before I can get into my car. And then when I get into my car, I have a 23-minute, 39-second car ride. And then I have 5 minutes to use the restroom. That is not healthy. You need,
And it's expensive.
obviously, do whatever you want recreationally, but just keep that in mind if you're depressed. And also another thing on depression, since we're talking about it, a lot of people will be depressed. I get it. But if you want something to change, you have to put in effort and do stuff to make it change. You reap what you sow, 100%.
This has reminded me of a beef that I have.
So if you don't if you just want to wallow in your own misery, you're never going to not be depressed. You're never going to get better. You have to want to change. You have to manufacture the energy. It's fucking hard, but if you want to smile again, figure it out. And I'm not trying to be mean or rude. That's just how it is. Because people sugarcoat that shit. And they think that taking pills will make them better. No, you have to get up, make your bed, brush your teeth, take care of your body. You have to figure out what works for you. You can't just, always me. You gotta work on it for real. So go ahead, Cameron.
Okay.
Spit that heat.
I'm calling out a brand by name. This is Noom. Noom is it's like a weight loss idea app. The point of it is that you get the app, and then by using the app, you will eventually lose weight.
Okay.
I absolutely despise it, and also most similar products, but I namely hate it for its advertising campaign. So, first of all, every product like this that's some kind of weight loss thing, every ad is the same thing, which is before I used it, I was this weight. After I started using it, it was crazy. It just changed my life. It doesn't. Getting the app doesn't.
Right.
Your determination to use an app like that can be an assistive tool shows that you have determination to eat right, exercise, go outside, etc. I despise Noom specifically because in their advertisements, it's some scene and somebody is using Noom and it says oh, I've been dealing with a food pusher, meaning oh, my health problems aren't my fault, and now that I have this app, it's all going to go away easy peasy. I hate that.
Yeah,
I absolutely
gross.
hate that. Oh.
It's scummy. I mean,
if you
it's
would like to
literally
become
predatory.
healthy, if you want to be healthy and get your, if you want to lose weight, whatever your workout goals are, you don't need some stupid app because it's not going to help. What you need is determination and drive and all that stuff. It makes me angry.
I'm gonna give a personal
here's
example.
something.
Go ahead.
Okay, so in my business, we have this saying: motivation is fickle, discipline can last forever. And would you rather feel the pain of regret or the pain of discipline? So you have to think about that. Motivation, you will. So here, I can prove it to you right now. Every day, you're I am ready to start this day. Bullshit. You do not want to get out of bed. You hit that fucking snooze button almost every fucking time. So you're not motivated at all. It's discipline that gets your ass out of bed. Yeah. So if you have to build it, but there is nothing under the sun that's gonna kick your ass into gear except for you. And that's the harsh truth, and people need to accept it.
Yeah.
And that's
my
about
manifesto is simple.
There's just no shortcuts. That's the main thing. Yeah, my personal example for this is I have struggled with depression and anxiety and some other things for ages. And I a handful of months ago started taking Zoloft, and bro, that shit has actually changed my life because it has enabled me to just do stuff, and it's super cool.
Yeah.
Which
it's
it depends on the person, and it's not it didn't fix me. I'm still
Mhm.
depressed. I still have
Right,
anxiety.
It's a tool in your
Medication's a tool.
toolbox.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
It gives me the ability to do stuff
Mhm.
and better myself.
Because I totally get that, like, with some people are so depressed, like, and I was too at some one point where I did not have the desire, energy, or anything to even get out of bed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like, if it's that bad for you, definitely, like, use the medication. But the medication's not going to just make you happy.
Right. It's
Right.
all about your mindset.
And
If you expect, it's just no shortcuts. If you expect to just be a fixer, then not going to work.
Right. So the ultimate advice for everything, whether it's like, trying to get your health together, or trying to get your mental straight, or trying to get a job you want, or anything, you are responsible for you and your actions, and your drive and your determination is what will carry you,
Yeah.
not other things. Anything that is like all the surrounding stuff, medication or whatever, can be a tool, but at the end of the day, it is you who does the thing. No ifs, and, or buts about your situation. You are responsible for you.
Yeah, I've been really kind of interested in this philosophy of extreme accountability, where no matter what, and you guys can disagree with this because I don't fully agree with it, where everything is your fault. You get T-boned by a drunk driver. Why were you there at that time? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, asterisk, not everything. Most
no,
things.
no. In this philosophy, you take accountability for everything.
Actually, hard to disagree with that.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
I said
there's
feel
some things
free.
that are. Yeah, yeah.
But
A lot of things in your life, yes. Most things, I would say.
I mean, in this perfect world in which nothing bad happens to you because you're accountable for your actions, don't make mistakes, there are zero variables. You're living in a simulation in which there's nothing that could just happen. Because,
Yeah.
like, you get hit by a drunk driver. At what point were you responsible for him being drunk? Like,
Right.
well, no, but that's you're not responsible for that, but you are responsible for being at the exact location where he
okay,
would
I'm
want to,
responsible for sitting in my chair right now when the bomb hits my house, like, or my apartment.
Yeah.
Like,
Why didn't you go to the store?
Under that philosophy, it's like you can never go out, but you should always go out. You can never sit still, but you should always.
you are
not sit
expected to
still.
be omniscient.
Yeah, I disagree with that philosophy on account of the fact that it would be impossible to ever exist correct.
Yeah.
So
what was like what was you brought up
I
extreme
just like
accountability?
it. I like it because it, like, if you look through things with that lens, you can see how much you have an impact on your own life. Because I feel like, let me finish.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, they always complain about like their situation or this and that, because it kind of goes back to what we were talking to. At the end of the day, the person who's going to change things is you. So it's definitely worth looking through a lens and seeing like, okay, what could I have done better? What could I have done different? And then you either you apply things that you need to learn, or you learn from it and stuff like that. I'm not saying that you like go home and beat yourself up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like thinking of things in that way to push yourself to grow as a person.
yeah. So I think I understand what you're getting at. I don't think the philosophy that you're talking about is the healthiest way to think about it, and rather just understanding cause and effect, and like that your actions have consequences and stuff like that. I think that's the lens that I would look at things through.
Yeah.
Like, just understand, if I perform this action, what is most likely to result from it. Like, if I spend all day not exercising and not moving out of my chair and just sitting here, I'm gonna have back problems. I'm gonna not lose weight. I'm gonna do whatever, right? So it's like, that is where I would think of it, just like straight cause and effect, type stuff, not just the overall everything that happens to you is your fault, because that's not necessarily true.
Right. I think it's also.
But I understand what you're getting at.
I also understand what you're getting at. I think it also is a very unhealthy mindset, because it's like, if you spend your time dwelling on it, that's not healthy either. And
Well, yeah.
I think having the mindset of accountability is good, but you also have to accept that just it happens, and it's not always your fault. And I think that making it out to be your fault is unhealthy.
It's definitely like the whole like capitalism versus socialism thing, where you have to meet in the middle. Because if you do one or the other, it's not going to work. It's going to be somewhere, because you can't. you can't, obviously you can't be like, ah, fuck. I, shouldn't have done this action that made this thing happen. But at the same time, you can't blame everything on everything else, So you have to like,
Right.
checks and balances, tip
I
the
am
scales.
no expert on macroeconomics, so I won't comment on that specifically. But
Well,
I
I
understand
am.
what you mean about balance.
MD. Fuck my nuts.
Yeah.
I, I I think butt shit is really.
Let's go back to
Fucking
butt,
love
man.
shit.
Oh man.
I think about butt shit every day, and that's not a fucking joke.
when when we, because I listened back to them whenever I listened back to the science episode.
Mhm.
It was like we did talk for like an hour about like cool science stuff, and then just took that brief butt shit hiatus.
It is wonderful.
It is such a jarring 180.
That's the kind of stuff you'll only find here. We'll go
That's right.
We'll go from talking about mental health in a very serious conversation to why I hate the Rings of Power show on Amazon.
Please, okay. So I haven't asked about this because I wanted you to tell me about it on the pod.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the only I don't know nothing about this.
Right.
I don't. What is this? What is this?
Okay, so I'm gonna alter my original statement. I don't hate the show, and also I take it with a grain of salt because I'm only 2 episodes in. There are 8 episodes, so fourth of the way of the show. Math. I am a big Tolkien meat writer. What are you doing?
Oh, Rider.
Rider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Meat
Yeah.
Rider. I ride on his cock and balls. And so there's a hurdle I have to get over mentally where it's like the show is taking its own path through this time period, and I have to respect that and just accept that it's going to be different and not look at it through that like critical lens. Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of the people in the show are not present in it's obviously based on the events in the Silmarillion and like that kind of
Obviously.
anthology of stories surrounding the Second Age and all that. I do wish they hadn't willfully departed from the story from like the original work, but I'm trying to accept the way it is and grade it based on.
Give a brief explanation of what the story was and what it is now.
So,
Oh god, I feel like that was.
I have no
Okay.
context for what you're talking
so
about.
this time
Well-
it spans a lot of time currently. As the story is right now, I think Galadriel would be accepted as the main character. That may change, whatever. But it's about like, oh, Morgoth is defeated. We're trying to find Sauron and fuck him up because he killed people. And it's like, okay. So the actual like events in the Silmarillion, the way they express it is entirely different. In the show, it's framed as the reason that the elves left Valinor, which is just heaven essentially, is to go and fight Sauron, which is not the case at all. They had their own like fucking mutiny and like this whole like bloody history
I love
of
the
elves
mutiny.
v elves. And it just
rules.
it's extremely different source material.
Now, okay, but is that you said in the movies? So like they explain it wrong in the movies?
No.
Okay, you said movies.
Did I
You mean the
say
show?
yes?
Yeah. Okay. So do they talk about it in the movies at all? Did you
No.
watch the extended versions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the only thing, so the events of Lord of the Rings are like thousands of years after anything in the show right now.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they commented on.
They do occasionally, and it's always like, oh, in the Elder Days, and like move on. It's always in passing. They never like dwell
Okay.
on it much. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not gonna like delve super deep into the lore, but I wish adaptations would be more faithful to the source material if it's already good. Same with The Witcher. The Witcher show is dog shit. Like season 1, season 1 was okay. It like kind of went off the path a little bit, but Henry, is it Cavill or Cavill? I've heard both.
I think it's Cavill.
I'm saying Cavill. Like Henry Cavill is like a huge proponent of the books and having that be like the source, as it should be. But like he and other showrunners have talked about like how on set like the production staff will just be bad mouthing the books, and like they either didn't read them or actually don't like the books at all.
Oh.
I mean, what's the point of calling it The Witcher? Why not say gray hair guy goes and fights monsters? as a title. Like, you might as well at that point just not have it be based on the material at all.
Okay, but is the show accurate?
Not at all. Not even sort of
No?
close.
Damn.
The Witcher, like season 1 was like kind of somewhat. They were like going on a different direction, somewhat. But the second season was like not close in the slightest.
In that they were getting things wrong, or just doing a story that didn't exist?
They were doing a story that doesn't exist. They were getting things wrong. They're like taking it off in an entirely different direction for a reason.
Man.
Like it's just a tangent,
Yeah.
tangential direction. Can you tell I feel
Damn.
very passionately about the?
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking.
What are you
Because
thinking?
I've talked before. I want to do an ASMR episode.
Yeah.
Glenn, you're free to participate if you want to, but I can't imagine you would want to because that sounds like an hour and a half of torture for you.
I respect the idea. I will not be a part of it because I even like listening back, like the half seconds of you guys doing it, I was and I had to like skip forward.
Right. So you don't have to take part in an ASMR episode, right? That makes sense. So that would be an episode that I just do with Wes. I also now want to do I don't know how long of an episode it could be. I imagine you could talk about it forever. I want to do an episode where you just can do your Lord of the Rings dump and literally like I can ask you questions and we can just talk about Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
So like we're
Dude,
uh,
Wes and I have
you know, it'd be a great idea too. Just have Glenn like we frame him cozily by a fireplace and have him just read from Lord of the Rings.
Dude, that would be really cool to like
And provide
actually
his
do
commentary.
audiobooks.
Yeah, because you know like
Wait.
how Joe Peralta or whatever the fuck that dude's name is, he'll just like talk you to sleep on YouTube. But it's not like ASMR, he's just talking. But Glenn could do that with like Lord of the Rings type shit. And I'm not saying that because it's fucking boring or whatever. It's just, you know,
I would love to do that.
people like to be read to.
Yeah. Well, yeah. More on that. I guess those ideas later.
So we've had a lot of serious topics today.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's not forget Christmas time.
It's Christmas time.
I want to hear what everyone's Christmas plans are. Not you two, because I know you're two. But everyone else is. And
what a non-topic.
and no. I'm excited because I'm going home to spend it with my family. And then I'm picking this MF West up, and then we drive into Cameron's place.
Mm-hmm.
And we go and spend that gray area between Christmas and New Year's with Cameron. It's going to be sick.
It's gonna be great.
Gonna be ringing in that New Year hard as fuck, baby.
Well, we'll not be there for the New Year.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Because Ickle Baby has to go do stuff for New Year's.
Yeah.
Nolans?
Yeah, I'm going to Knoxville.
Oh, that is not.
Yeah, I'm going out there.
No, I'm excited for my Knoxville trip.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those people in a while. I guess last time would have been when my friend graduated, which I think she graduated in spring semester. So it's been
Because you didn't get to go up there for that wedding.
Yeah, I didn't get to go up there for the wedding. It's okay. So my friend got married. His bachelor party was kind of fucked because they were all staying in a cabin, but then people were having car troubles.
Oh,
and
yeah.
literally like the groom was like stuck on the side of the road in a mountain with no reception during the bachelor party.
Fucking sucks.
Really funny, but really awful.
Yeah.
So he didn't really have one. So we're kind of redoing the bachelor
Oh,
party
that's
over
nice.
New Year's.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Which, funny to do a bachelor party after someone gets married. But,
Yeah.
whatever. To save money, I'm going to be the stripper. So
Naturally.
it's going to be, I think, a really fun time.
And the funny thing is, they didn't even have to ask you.
Yeah, I insisted, actually.
And they said, all right.
I don't like bachelor parties or bachelorette parties.
Yeah, I don't really like the idea of them either, but we're not doing anything crazy.
Yeah. I like the idea of just hanging out with
Well,
the homies.
yeah. I like that, but I'm not like, let's hire a bunch of strippers.
Yeah, let's
and
celebrate
do a
being
bunch of
single before I'm not
drugs.
single. You're still not single. You're still
Yeah.
with the person.
Nah, that's very much an old head
Yeah.
concept of like, before I hook up to the old
Ball and chain.
let
Dude.
me
Yeah,
play
so
with these
Yeah,
birds.
bring
first.
back not liking the person you're marrying. Because
Yeah,
that
you know
was
what?
such a great thing. Yeah, there's so many
I miss
people in like
extreme domestic violence.
yeah, there's so many people in like our parents' generation that just like do not like each other.
Yeah.
What?
Fucking get a divorce.
Yeah. Like, I cannot comprehend the idea of committing to someone that you don't actually like or want to spend your life with.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like
I struggle with sharing my time in the best of times. That's why I don't date around that often. So I can't even imagine tying yourself down to the old ball and chain that you don't even like. And also, referring to your partner as a ball and chain is cringe as fuck.
It's so terrible, which is why it is so funny to do as long as I'm not married.
It's just like
almost 50% of all marriages in the United States will end in divorce or separation.
50?
Oh yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I knew it was high. I didn't know it was that high.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
So
It's a coin flip, boys.
I think that stat is going to change.
Oh,
because
for
I
sure.
think that like old head couples would get together faster and stay together like
Or my
unless they were
necessity.
miserable.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I think nowadays people are less likely to get married. And then if they get married,
Yeah.
they're probably more likely to stay together. Like
Yeah.
actually.
Well, I think-
because they actually wanted to get married.
Like, there's like a stigma, especially in like, it's somewhat in men, but mostly in women. It's just like, you don't want to be an old maid or whatever. It's like because obviously, like, there's a period in which you can have children, and like the priority for everyone in the past was like, oh, procreate. Your job is to live and to procreate. And it's like,
Really, fucking pop those little fuckers out so they can clean your house faster.
yeah. And so like the priority
hit
shift
them.
to actually liking who you're with is definitely, like you said, Cameron.
You didn't do good at the ball game.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's definitely reducing marriage rates, which will also reduce divorce. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well,
What
I
were we
mean-
talking about just before that? Oh, right. That's what I'm doing for New Year's. Going out, doing a little batchy party.
Yeah, it's super exciting.
Oh, so yeah, I wanted to ask.
Mhm.
We're planning to do an in-person podcast.
Dude, I still don't know how we're gonna do the
Are we
logistics.
doing that sober, or are we gonna like sip and have a good time, be merry, or what's the play? Like, I wanna. What does that look like for us?
Largely sober.
Okay.
Yeah, because
That's
it
my
would.
comment.
Not that we're particularly offensive or anything when we drink. It would just be a
I
mess
think-
to
Yeah.
edit.
Any amount of ability that we have currently to sort of get things on track and talk about
Yeah.
topics instead of devolve.
Yeah.
As soon as we're drinking, it's just
Yeah,
devolve.
we struggle with keeping it together in the best of times.
Right. So no. So first of all, don't worry about it. I have everything handled. Second of all, as far as like how we're gonna like what we'll do, it'll be just like basic like regular episode. I don't think we need to do anything crazy for this one. I am prepared next year, maybe year after, to do more of these. It's realistic. Given some things I have in motion, but that's kind of a secret. I kind of want it to be a secret for y'all too,
Cool.
not just everybody else. So,
I love
we'll,
not having to do things.
Yeah, no, dude, Daddy's got it handled. I
Yeah.
got it.
Thank you, Bear.
So, yeah, everybody can look forward to that. It will be. Obviously, this episode's going to be coming out like, what around
the 18th,
the 18th.
17th, 18th.
So the one that's going to come out after the new year is going to be the one that we filmed during Christmas-ish.
So for our listeners, what do you think the schedule is going to be? Because we'll have the episode out after New Year's, but so we're not recording the week of Christmas, right? We're not recording the week
Christmas
of
is on a
Christmas.
Sunday.
Well, okay, so because there's we're so
What is the
hold on,
podcast
hold on,
upload
hold on,
schedule?
hold on. Pause. Let's just discuss this now because this is not
Okay,
good podcast
yeah.
content.
What is the schedule going to be like? I'm also asking
so-
for like viewership perspective. Like, when can they
Yeah.
expect episodes to be out?
Right. So today, well, yeah, let's get it sorted out, and then I'll say it like clean. So today's the 11th. On the 18th, we'll record another one, and then that one will come out
On Christmas Eve?
on Christmas. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is why I'm asking it.
Mm,
Because it could come out Christmas Eve, but I mean, if you feel like
I'll-
editing it,
I'll talk to Caleb and see if he is capable of editing a podcast. Like if we do it on the 18th,
yeah,
if he can edit it, because I don't
sometime
want him
earlier in
working
the
during
week.
Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to him ahead of time.
Just like,
But either we will or we won't do one on the 18th, which means that there may or may not be an episode that comes out on Christmas or Christmas Eve or what.
yeah,
It'll be
It would be Christmas Eve if we're continuing
Christmas
on
Eve.
Saturday.
right. So either there may or may not be one that is on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
He would have to edit it, like, because I mean, if we upload it right away, there's no reason he assuming he's free sometime that week, do it like
Right.
Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. Now we're obviously
If you fucking pay him, he better be free to fucking do it. The fuck?
so y'all are gonna be here.
The
Before
27th.
Yes.
Yeah, 27th, and then we're leaving the 30th.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So so with y'all here during that time frame, we can do. I don't know. We can just kind of pick a day and then edit it whenever I get home from New Year's.
Yeah.
I think that would make
I mean,
sense.
I feel like we can do it actually whenever.
Mm-hmm. This could be the last one of the new year.
See, this is why I'm asking.
Of the
Because
Like, yeah, that would probably be better. That would give everybody a break for the holidays because I don't really want Caleb working during that time.
Yeah,
I don't want
yeah.
to have to do it either if he can't.
Right.
So okay, yeah. So officially, then this is the last one. The last episode of this year will come out the 18th, and then the next episode will come out early next year.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So do you want to do it on like the first weekend of the new year, or do you want to do it on like a separate schedule where it's like a few days in like Monday or Tuesday or whatever?
Hold on. I can tell you the exact date that I want it to happen. I want it to come out on the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll record it sometime between the 27th and the 31st, and Caleb will have until the 7th of the new year to edit it. I think that.
So there will be a
like I said, Caleb, all of this I'm going to talk to you about probably before you even look at this footage.
So there's potentially going to be a 2-week gap in uploads.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
Now.
Unpause. We've discussed it at length over 6 minutes. So this will be the last episode that we well, damn, that's actually not okay, so we're recording this episode now. It is currently December 11th. This episode will come out December it would be 17th.
Yeah.
Because it comes out on Saturday, right? So December 17th will be the last episode that comes out this year. Then we're going to record one after Christmas before New Year's during the break. That will come out on January 7th.
Yes.
Or January 6th. Because that'll be
Whatever the 7th is the Saturday.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So just expect a break.
Yeah.
But we will be working. You just won't see what we.
Right.
Yeah.
We're basically just not going to do the thing like right during Christmas, and there will not be an episode that comes out on Christmas Eve because that's stupid.
Yeah. So there'll be like a 2 to 3 week gap, but we'll be coming back strong with an in-person episode, hanging out with the homies. So look forward to that.
Do you guys know this will be the first time in 4 years that I'm actually doing something with people I love for the holidays instead of spending them alone.
That is exciting.
I did not know that, and that's not what I thought you were going to say.
I know that is.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that's super exciting, especially because we used to do it was a thing like every New Year's we would hang out.
Yeah.
And
This is the first New Year's we have not hung out in years.
Yeah.
Like we've done every New Year's since we became like a friend group.
Yeah.
So
very exciting.
Yeah, I mean,
big deal.
We'll probably next New Year's, I imagine we'll kind of go back to formula.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're also getting to the point where it's like we have more flexibility, and like we are like there was a period where we were all far away from each other with no means, and now we are far away from each other, but we are developing means.
Thank you for caveat on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year's kind of the start of my means because I just unlocked PTO.
Yeah.
I have 1 week. As of next year, whenever my start date comes back around, June, like May 30th or May 31st or something like that, I will have 2 weeks.
Wes, what are you doing?
Singing 1 week by the Bare Naked Ladies.
Fair enough.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Side and said I'm angry.
Yeah, and this year there was like that whole situation where I was figuring out what medication I want to use, and that was like fucking with me, and also I got sick a few times, so I blasted my FTO early. But for the remainder of my life, I intend to have like a fair amount of FTO going at Christmas time. So
Yeah.
See, in my job now, I love to just walk into my boss's office when he's not busy. Tell him I'm gonna be here through why, and he's like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
Text it to me so I don't forget. It's like so.
Dude,
yeah, that's awesome.
that is such a nice break for you, considering what you had to deal with before with Kroger.
Yeah, I mean,
Kroger, Walmart,
Your whole life, it was like,
Cinemark.
it's been like, I might have off.
Yeah, because my whole life I was working for the fucking man, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck the man.
Yeah. It's
Fuck
exciting
work
that you've
and
broken
fuck
out of that. It's a big deal that you've broken out of that. Worth being proud of.
So
Yeah,
proud of you.
Yeah.
I made $500 in 2 days.
That's my happy smile.
We cheesing. We like to concern people when we're happy.
Yeah.
I think we're not quite at the 90, but I'm pretty happy here.
Me too.
I don't.
Well,
I
you
don't
don't,
even
well,
force
you
it.
don't show it.
I'm happy here.
Hey guys,
Hey, what's up, guys?
thanks for watching.
Markiplier sold an OnlyFans. Go sub to him.
Don't go sub to Markiplier. He's got enough money.
Sub to us. Then go leak his nudes.
Do that, and then watch
Just-
the next episode.
Yes.
of us.
Of
Anyway,
us.
thanks for watching Mountains Don't Like Baseball, episode 10. Have a happy holidays in that.
Yeah.
Is Hanukkah over yet? Did Hanukkah happen?
Dude, I have no idea, to be
I
honest.
feel like you might have put your foot in your
Happy
mouth. while you did
holidays.
this.
No. This is fine. Because I was gonna say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, all that stuff, and others.
Say happy holidays, dude.
Yeah, but I want to be more, say some extra ones.
Whatever holiday you
Hanukkah hasn't happened
celebrate.
yet.
Good.
Wait, dude, Hanukkah's tomorrow.
What?
According to when this
word?
comes out, Hanukkah's tomorrow.
Holy
or
shit.
maybe today if you're listening on Spotify. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah and
Happy Hanukkah.
every holiday you celebrate.
Yes, and others.
Happy those.
Yeah.
Those.
Even
Alright.
the pagan holidays,
Especially the pagan holiday.
which most
Celebrating Ragnarok today.
Goodbye.